Hello bookish friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a new reading vlog where I'm gonna see how much of my September TBR I can read by the end of September. So when I am starting this, it is Saturday, September 14th, meaning we have pretty much the next 2 weeks and 2 days to finish all of these books. If you watched my September TBR jar picks, you saw that I had a great lineup. Let me bring it a little closer so this stays focused. We had a great lineup for our September TBR, and I started the month by reading Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which that reading vlog is live on my channel, so make sure you go check it out. But that took me so much longer to read than I expected. It pretty much took me the first 2 weeks of September. That put a hold on things, you know? Like, I couldn't read anything else while I was reading that, and it took me forever to read. Not because it was bad. I actually give it 5 stars and absolutely freaking loved it, but because I just took my time with it, and life was busy as it always is, and I just couldn't dedicate a lot of time to reading each day. So my goal for the next 2 weeks is to see how many of these books I can get through. That's pretty much the premise. So let's quickly talk about the books that I have. I have Mooncakes, which is a graphic novel. Probably gonna start with this one. I have From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which she might not make the cut. We have The Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon, which might read this one after the graphic novel, I don't know. The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, which if I don't finish this by September, it's just gonna roll over to October because this gives all the cozy October vibes. We have House of Shadow by Darcy Coates, which this one is fairly short and the font's pretty big, so might be able to get this one. And then lastly, I have Unraveled by Helen Hart, which this is book 9 in the Steel Brothers series. We're gonna see how much of this TBR we can finish in the next 2 weeks. I'm hoping I can get at least 3, if not 4 books done. I haven't been in an audiobook mood. Like, I have not been listening to any audiobooks at all, which audiobooks usually account for at least 50% of my reading each month. So the fact that I'm not listening to audiobooks is killing my reading months, but it's fine. I'd rather read a book physically and really enjoy it than listen to an audiobook and just be like meh about it. So I am actually going to, I think I'm gonna start the day with Mooncakes by these 3 authors, and I'm gonna try, because I think obviously I'm gonna be able to read this fairly quickly. And after reading Harry Potter, I still want something a little witchy because I'm still in those vibes, but I want something quick that's gonna like cleanse my palate. And then maybe I'm thinking after this, maybe we'll go into House of Shadow by Darcy Coates just because it's shorter. Her books are usually pretty gripping, and I've heard that this is one of her better ones. If you guys know, Darcy Coates is like an iffy author for me. I like some of her books, don't like some of her books, so we'll see how I feel about this one. And then I'm not gonna make plans going forward, but these are gonna be my goal for at least this weekend. Like I said, it's Saturday. It's about 8:50 in the morning. I'm usually never up this early on a Saturday, so we're already off to a good start, but we're gonna start with Mooncakes. I'm gonna go make my coffee. We're gonna sit outside in the gazebo. It's actually like ridiculously hot here today. It's gonna be in the 80s for the next like couple days, which in upstate New York, one, you never really know what the frick the weather is gonna do. It could be 80 degrees one day and then the next day it's freaking snowing. So we're kind of at that point. And 2, I wanna be able to sit outside because I love my gazebo. And yeah, so we're gonna go make our coffee, get this read, and then I will be back to talk about what I'm gonna read next. Hi friends, I literally just finished this and this was so cute. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. 2 5-stars in a row. I know. This is basically about Nova and Tam, who Tam is a werewolf and Nova is a witch, and she lives with her 2 grandmas because her parents passed away, and they're all witches, so they all kind of know. One night, Nova's friend, I forget the girl's name. I don't remember her friend's name. I don't even know if it was mentioned. It probably was. I was just forgot. Her friend called her one night and was like, hey, I've been seeing this werewolf in the woods. Like, you should come check it out. So she goes and checks it out. Realizes that it's her old friend Tam, who she hasn't seen in a very long time. The time frame is weird. It's almost like she hasn't seen her in a month or a couple months or like a year or something. I don't know. Tam ends up being the white werewolf in the woods. Tam found like a demon thing in the woods, so him and Nova kind of teamed together with Nova's grandmas to figure out how to defeat this demon and save their town and their little local community, and it was so cute. The grandmas own a little like bookshop, and they have a witchy section in the back, and it was just so cute. Like, the illustration style too was adorable, and this was just so cute and cozy, and I love this. And that's pretty much all I have to say. If you are like me and don't do graphic novels because they can be confusing to read, I highly recommend this. I haven't read too many graphic novels. I've really only read the Killing Stalking series, which I highly recommend. What are the other 2 I read last year? Pumpkinheads was really cute, and Over My Dead Body by Sweeney. Is it Over My Dead Body? Yeah, Over My Dead Body by Sweeney Booth. A lot of the graphic novels I read seem to be fall themed, which, hey, I'm okay with because they're just so cute and cozy, and I love how quickly you can read through them. I just read this in one sitting, so that's great. We're off to a great start for this vlog, honestly. Let me just update my Goodreads with that. 5 stars. So I'm gonna go inside, figure out what I want to read next. It's literally only 10:17 a.m. We're starting off strong with this vlog. This could go AWire for the rest of the vlog, but hey, at least we started on a good note. Hi friends, it is a couple hours later. I have not read anything of House of Shadows by Darcy Coates because I ended up finishing Harry Potter, closing out my Harry Potter reading vlog, and then we just got a 7 brew in my area, which is like a specialty coffee type of thing, kind of like a Dutch Bros if you live in Texas. I forgot that today, if you buy a large coffee, they're giving out free t-shirts. So Chris was eating his breakfast. I was like, you have to pause on that. We have to go to 7 Brew right now. I got a large blondie ice, which is basically just like a vanilla and caramel latte. It's so good. It is definitely not part of my anti-inflammatory diet, but whatever. What time is it? Where's my phone? It is about 1 p.m. Chris and I are actually gonna go golfing with another couple friend of ours. Me and the other guy's wife are just gonna sit on the carts and be good golf wives while they golf and hang out. So I have like 30 minutes-ish to read because Chris wants to go a little early. Do I even have time to read? Because I kind of got to get ready. I don't know. Maybe I'll read a little bit and then go get ready. I'm not going to like put on makeup or anything. I'm literally just going to do my morning skincare and put on some sunscreen because it's freaking hot out today and it's so sunny. So maybe I'll sit here for the next like 15 minutes seeing what I think of this initially, and then once we get back tonight, we have no plans, so I'm hoping I can read a decent chunk of this, and we will continue on with this vlog and see how many books from my September TBR I can get through. It is the next day. It is now Sunday, the 15th? Yes, the 15th. Louis is being Mr. Needy Pants and will not let me stop scratching his butt. It is about 8:15 in the morning. I am an early girl these days. 2 days in a row I've been up at like 8 a.m. Honestly, I'm kind of into it because then it like gives me so many more hours in my day rather than sleeping till like 10, which I usually do. So I'm hoping that this is a common occurrence because weekends are my days to like really like get shit done. I do work from home once a week, so like I can get a lot of stuff done then, but like Sundays are like my meal prep days and like kind of figuring out what we're gonna do for the week. Do we need groceries? All that. So I am actually going to play pickleball at 9 with Chris's mom, my mom, and my mom's friend. I am into pickleball. It's so funny because my mother-in-law was like, oh, you should play with me. And I was like, no, like I'll never play pickleball. I think I just didn't really know what it was. And then I played with her and my mom and one of my mom's other friends last week, and I like loved it. It's such a great low impact workout for me specifically because I'm still, long story short, I've had problems with my knees. Well, my left knee, I have a really bad back. So like physical activity, I have to find the thing that works for me or I'll be in like excruciating pain the next day. And I just recently got diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis, so like I really got to be careful just in the beginning stages, and that's why I'm on this anti-inflammatory diet, is because of that. All of that to say, I'm going to play pickleball from 9 to 10, and then I'm going to go see my grandma, and then I'm going to come back. We're gonna look at some recipe books, see what we're gonna eat for the week, and then at 4:30 we're going over to Chris's parents to watch the Dallas game. They play at 1, but he's gonna have his parents record it, and then we're gonna go there at 1 or at 4:30ish to watch the recording because he's golfing right now. We don't have the Sunday ticket thing, his dad does, so we have to like go over there to be able to actually watch Dallas. That was a very long update for no reason. Let's talk about what I'm reading. I had such a good reading day yesterday. I started the day with Mooncakes, obviously gave it 5 stars, and then I literally read 138 pages of, what is this? House of Shadows by Darcy Coates. I just was flying through this, and so far I'm enjoying it. I'm not like loving it, but the writing style is so easy. It's just like, it was so easy to just fly through because it's such simple writing, and I mean that in the best way possible because this is exactly what my brain needs right now, is just like a simple story with simple writing to easily follow along with. So this is basically about our main character Sophie, who her dad was like an importer and lost pretty much everything they had on this one deal that went wrong. But this guy that she met one night at an opera who was like giving her really weird, creepy vibes, but like interesting creepy. I don't know how to describe it. That guy came to her house the next day. He knows her dad and offered a marriage proposal to Sophie and basically was like, if your daughter marries me, I'll make sure you and your family are set and this deal doesn't even affect the way you live. So she accepts. She goes to, I think it's called Northwood Manor, which is very far away from her family and very deserted in creepy ass woods. So she's brought there. She can't have any contact with her family pretty much. She's very isolated, very secluded. She gets there and her husband, Mr. Argington, lives with his aunt, his uncle, and their kid. The aunt is really fucking weird. The uncle is kind of like useless, like he doesn't really do anything. And then the niece, Elise, is very weird and draws these very creepy creatures, but some weird stuff is going on in this house. There's definitely some paranormal activity. Our main character really wants to leave, but she's like, well, I don't know if I can leave. I just married this guy, and she's starting to catch feelings for this guy. So she's like, I love him and I don't want to leave him here, but maybe I can get him to leave with me. So that is pretty much where I'm at right now. I am going to go about my day for the next couple hours, and then I will come back when I have a reading update, probably when I finish this. That way this video is not like crazy long. I'm hoping to definitely finish this today. I feel like it's possible if I can just like sit down for a couple hours. So I'll be back when I have a significant reading update. Friends, it is now Monday, September 16th. I was planning on going somewhere for work today, but I woke up with, well, I went to sleep with a headache and woke up with one, which is like the worst freaking feeling ever. So your girl is working from home today because being in a car is only going to make this migraine turn into like a really bad migraine. But anyways, last night I actually finished House of Shadows by Darcy Coates, and I really enjoyed this. I don't think it was like her best book ever. I think the storyline and like the plot, I don't know if this is necessarily the best way to describe it, but like on the cornier side, like, you know, those kind of stupid, scary movies where the main character does everything the wrong way, and like you're like, if that was me, this is what I would do. Like, she does the stupidest shit. Instead of going away from the danger, she goes straight to it, which I get it. This is a horror book, so it should be like that. There were times where I was like, homegirl, just leave it be. Like, just let it go. She was being a little like naive and stupid, but it was entertaining. Let's just put it that way. This was definitely like a popcorn horror book where I was just like eating it up. I read it within like 24 hours. And mind you, it was on the shorter side and the font is pretty big on this. So I did really enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars and I probably will continue on with the series because it did leave on quite a cliffhanger. And basically, moral of the story is this girl gets offered like a marriage to help her family and get their fortune back. She accepts. She has to go live at this big creepy mansion. When she gets there, this guy's family is like just really weird to her. Weird things start happening. There's spooky stuff happening at this house. The walls bleed, doors slam. The niece that lives there looks very like sick and she's just a little on the creepy side. There is a monster in this house that this family essentially made a deal with, and they have to figure out how to get rid of this creature. I probably will continue on with this series, just not right now. I have so many things on my fall TBR that I need to get to, so we're gonna set her aside. Did I say I gave this 4 stars? Gave it 4 stars. You saw me pick up this book, but I didn't actually start reading it because when I did, I was like, all right, this is hurting my brain. The font on this book is so small, and I'm like, I don't know how this is going to work, but I started I'm going to be starting The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This is a cozy fantasy. It's about this girl, I think the name is Keela. She works in a library and she has her sentient spider plant as her like familiar, so to speak. I think she's a little magical. Her library goes up in flames and she flees to like this other little town, and there she starts a jam shop and there's some sort of romance in it. I don't really know, honestly. On the back it says, "This was a good place with kind people who cared about each other. There was a unicorn in the woods, mermaids in the cove, and the best raspberry she'd ever tasted." And then there was Laren. I think she goes to like this cozy little thing, makes a spell shop, but really is like selling jams and stuff, and there's some sort of romance. But this has really cute sprayed edges and really tiny font. So I'm a little scared about the font size, but this is going to be the book we read next. Like I said, I am working from home today, so I need to get some stuff done for my full-time job before I can even get into reading. That's the plan for today. If I finish this week, actually, I want to see if the other 2 are maybe on audiobooks, the other 2 books on my TBR. I have Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon. I have no idea how to pronounce that properly. And From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I don't think I would do that one on audio. I don't think that would go over well. Let's see if the Children on the Hill is on audio. Of course not. Only Kindle. I was gonna say maybe I can like read one of these on audio so we can actually like finish all these books, but if I finish this one, I only have 3 left on my TBR, so wishful thinking that I can actually finish my TBR by the end of September. But I'm gonna go get some work done for my full-time job, and then I will be back when I either start reading or have a significant reading update. Hi friends, it is many hours later. What the hell is this hair doing? I have not read a single page of The Spell Shop yet because I have been non-stop working on my computer. It has been an insanely busy day. Thank God I did work from home, or I wouldn't have like gotten as much shit done as I just did. But before we get into reading, I want to open a very special package on camera with you. This is from Auden Lueur, which is a candle brand from Exo McKenna here on YouTube. I freaking love her candles. I had her Noel candle for Christmas last year, and oh my God, it was probably the best candle I've ever smelled. And I have a couple, what just happened? I have a couple of her other candles, and I don't love her like citrusy scents, but like her holiday scents are unreal. And she just came out with a fall scent, which I'm so excited about. And this one is called Autumne. Look at the packaging first of all. It's so beautiful. It has the notes and what it's supposed to smell like over here. And then her business card is actually art that her mom makes. Her mom paints and makes these beautiful pieces of art. I have one from the last time I ordered, and then this is the one for the autumn candle. How freaking beautiful is that? Like, come on. And her mom literally painted that. Let's open this up. And her packaging is also A1 because it has that same image that her mom painted on the inside of the box. I haven't even attempted to smell this yet because I want to get my real reaction on camera. Oh my God, how beautiful is that? And if you watch her videos, then you would know that she like hand designed the vessel for this candle. And let me just tell you guys, they are freaking beautiful. Oh my God, I can smell it like just from here. Sorry, I'm trying to get a freaking video to export on my laptop and it's like tweaking out right now. This is obviously a fall candle. Are you ready for this vessel, you guys? This is part of the reason why I bought it. Look at how beautiful this is. So this is the vessel and it's glass. This is the vessel that she designed herself, and I am obsessed with this color for fall. All right, let's do a smell test. Oh my God. So the notes are red delicious, ginger, cinnamon, bourbon, vanilla, and amber. Oh my fucking God. I don't even want to burn this because I never want this scent to go away. Oh my God, this smells like baked apple pie mixed with vanilla. Oh, this is like my dream fall scent. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this. And they're like heavy. They're high quality candles, let me tell you. And not for nothing, you pay a hefty price for these, but honestly, they are so worth it. They are so good. And they are coconut and soy, so they're not toxic for your household, which I also love, even though I still burn Bath & Body Works candles, but whatever. Very excited for that. Look at these two beauties. Which way does this go? Next to each other. I mean, come on. This just like screams fall, and I'm absolutely obsessed. So if you haven't checked out her candles yet, definitely do it below. I will leave the name in the description box, and I will tag her in this video so she knows how much I love her candles. But I'm gonna close up shop for the day. I made a chicken pot pie yesterday, which is anti-inflammatory friendly. So I think I'm going to heat up a little slice of that, sit down. Ink Master is playing in the background, and we're gonna get some reading done and just relax. I'm exhausted. Having migraines is the worst because you're just like so exhausted throughout the day, and I've been sitting here just like staring at my computer since 9 a.m. But thank God for these pair of eyewear glasses that have blue light filtering in them, or my brain would probably be throbbing. For anybody who probably doubts that I actually wear my pair of eyewear glasses on a regular basis is wrong, because I literally wear these every day. This video itself is not sponsored, but I do work with them on my channel from time to time. But I like swear by these glasses, and they make my brain not hurt, especially when I sit at a computer all day. But I'm gonna stop rambling. We're gonna get some reading done, and I'll be back when I have a significant reading update. Okay, hi friends. It is Tuesday the 17th. Let me maybe fix this. Something's going on with this damn tripod. Wanted to jump on and give you a quick reading update because I did read 56 pages of The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Thirst. I'm on chapter 6. I am freaking loving this book. This book is so cute and cozy. Basically, our main character, what the frick is her name? Keela worked at this like library where pretty much the entire world's resources and information lived, and there was this one like kind of hidden spot that had a bunch of spell books that technically weren't supposed to be in existence because only certain people can use magic. The book starts out with her plant friend. Some sort of plant is like her best friend. It's kind of like her familiar, for lack of a better term. Her plant comes running to her and they were like, Keela, like the library's on fire, we gotta go. And she had been stocking away books to like bring with her because she knew there was like some sort of revolution going on. She was packing supplies, so she goes on that boat, and then they journey back to where she was born and grew up till about the age of 8, I think, which is this kind of private little small island. When she gets there, her family's house is still there. Nobody's living in it, but it's very like taken over by nature. Her and her plant friend are in the process of like kind of cleaning it up, fixing it up. The first night she sleeps there, the next morning she wakes up and somebody's like standing over her, and it ends up being her neighbor that she knew when she was younger, but she doesn't really remember him. And one thing to know about Keela is that she is the definition of a true introvert. Like, she doesn't really like to be around people. She doesn't like to conversate with people. She gets very nervous in those kinds of situations. You can tell she has a lot of anxiety, and honestly, I love her as a main character because I'm not that much of an introvert, but I definitely like being in my own home. I like being in my own space, and I don't love to be around people 24/7. I like to be surrounded by my books just like Keela does. Like, she feels safest in the library that she worked at, surrounded by her favorite books. So one can relate. She just went into town, and some people recognized her, were kind of like, oh, you're back. Like, I remember your parents. How are they doing? And she had to tell them that her parents died and she's back here just because she had enough of the city. She doesn't want to tell everybody that there's a revolution going on in the city and the library that she worked at burned down, because then she's scared that this emperor who runs the entire world wherever she lives is gonna realize that she stole these books and try to throw them out and like punish her, so to speak. So that is pretty much where I'm at right now. I am so into this book. It is so cute and cozy, and I just love Keela as a main character. She definitely takes it to an extreme of like antisocialness and introvertedness, which to each their own, but I just love this. And I love her little like plant friend, and I love their relationship, and obviously her old neighbor Laren and her are going to spark some sort of relationship. I'm interested to see where like the jam part comes into it, because I know she opens her own jam shop because there's no jam in the little village she's living in now. And she just went to the bakery and had a bunch of stuff, and like in her mind while she was there, she was like, oh, none of these desserts or pastries or treats have any type of like fruit jam or anything. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. I'm hoping to read 100 pages a day for the next couple days so I can finish this book this week. This book is, how many pages did I say? 374. So this is 374 pages. I'm on page 56, meaning I have 318 pages. So I don't think today I'm going to be able to read 100 pages, if I'm being honest, because it's 3 p.m. right now. I just got home from work. I'm going to go play pickleball with Chris and my mom at some point, and then Dancing with the Stars starts tonight. I think that's on at like 8. We'll probably go play pickleball from like 6 to 6:30, 6:45, come back, eat dinner, and then watch Dancing with the Stars. My mom's coming over for that. So I probably won't be able to read too much tonight. So even if I can just read, actually, that's a lie. I definitely can read 100 pages because it's 3 p.m. right now and I have nothing to do until we go play pickleball. I have like 3 hours to read. So that's bullshit if I can't read 100 pages, but we'll see. I'm gonna shoot to read 100 pages per day for the next couple of days so I can read this fairly quickly. And honestly, I just like want to read it, which is rare these days. I guess my goal for today would be to read to page 156, and then the 18 pages we'll sprinkle in wherever we can. But again, if I don't read my 100 pages, I'm not gonna kill myself over it. I am gonna go sit outside and get some reading done because it is absolutely beautiful out. Come here. Come here. Hi friends, it is the next day. It is now Wednesday, September 18th. I did not get my 100 pages read because we have Chris's parents' dog for the next 2 weeks while they're going to Greece. And I came home at like 2 p.m. yesterday and he just like wasn't right. Usually when you walk in the door, his parents' dog will like come up and like jump on you and be all excited. And he was very like lethargic and I was like, something's wrong. And then Chris came home and he saw how he was acting and it seemed like he almost like popped his hip out or something was wrong with like his muscles or something, because he was really tense and tight and like couldn't really move that well. We ended up bringing him to like an emergency like vet clinic that we have near us. They said that he like tweaked his neck and they gave him like a injection of like a painkiller really. And then they sent us home with a bunch of meds. So I came home last night. We got back at like 8. We were there for probably like 2 hours. So we got home at 8 and then Dancing with the Stars started last night. So I like made myself a quick dinner, watched Dancing with the Stars, and then read like a little bit when I was like finally ready to like relax and go to bed. And I got to page 88, chapter 9. So I read 32 pages yesterday, which is not great, but it's also not terrible. So, but I am also home from work today unexpectedly because they gave Cooper, Chris's parents' dog, some pretty heavy meds, and they were like, I wouldn't leave him unattended for a long period of time for like the first 2 days. So I was like, all right, Chris, I'll work from home today if you can work from home on Thursday. So I am finally sitting down to relax. It's about 2 p.m. I have been nonstop doing stuff since I woke up this morning, and I'm gonna sit down. I have Ink Master playing in the background, and I'm gonna have myself a little reading session if I could stay awake. I'm like exhausted right now. If I don't fall asleep, it'll be a miracle. But if I do take a power nap, clearly my body needs it. But I'm gonna try to read my 100 pages today, which would hopefully get me up to page 188, which I would need to read this amount. And yeah, still absolutely loving this book, and I'm giddy over it because it's so cute and cozy. I will be back when I hopefully finish my 100 pages or more. We have a Trader Joe's haul. I know this video is supposed to be about me finishing my September TBR, but I have to share this haul because I'm so excited about what I got. I don't go to Trader Joe's too often, simply because the Trader Joe's near me, the parking lot is insane and it's always freaking mobbed and I just hate it. But I wanted some pumpkins for our front porch, which I put them out, so I'll show you in just a second. I want to show you what I got from Trader Joe's because it's a fantastic fall haul. First, got some cheese because part of the anti-inflammatory diet is low dairy, and my doctor actually told me that pre-shredded cheese that you can buy in the bags is terrible for you because it is so processed. But if you buy like blocks of cheese and shred it yourself, it's a million times better. So I got their unexpected cheddar, which is mine and Chris's favorite cheddar cheese ever. And then I got their jalapeno Monterey. Why do I not know how to say that word? I got this. In eggs, I like a little spice in my cheese, so got that. Oh my God, I'm sweating. It's like freaking 85 degrees here today. Like, I'm ready for fall, and now it gives me like the perfect summer weather. Where was that all summer? Next, this is random, but I just got some organic brown rice penne pasta, which this is the kind of pasta I can eat on this diet. It has to be gluten-free, and according to my anti-inflammatory cookbooks, brown rice pasta is the best for you. I did get these because I looked at the nutritional facts. I have to be really careful about processed sugar, and these had like less than a gram of sugar and no added sugar. These are the Misfits plant-based protein bars, and I got caramel fudge and cookie butter. They just, I don't know, I like saw them in the aisle and I looked at the nutrition facts and I was like, all right, I think I can eat those. So I've got these. And then the rest is all fall stuff, which I'm so freaking excited about. So Trader Joe's candles are actually some of my favorite candles ever. So I got the Honeycrisp Apple, which is like the perfect apple scent, and then I also got their vanilla pumpkin, which I also love. I've had both of these before, but they also had this scented candle tin trio with autumn leaves, maple sugar, and spiced chai, and they had jars out that you could smell, and they smelled so freaking good. The spiced chai, I'm like, that one I could live without, but the other two smell so good. Hold on, I think the maple sugar one was the one that was like made me actually buy this. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I already hauled the Auden Lueur candle, which is funny. These are like bronze. Look at this. The other tins are like silver. These are such a pretty color. All right, so let's smell the maple sugar. Jesus, if I can open it. Yeah, that smells delicious. Like, I'm burning the maple sugar one in deep fall, which I consider to be like late October. So we'll save that for then, because this camera fucking focus. And then the autumn leaves one. Oh, that smells so good. This would smell really good if I was burning the apple one like in my reading room and then this in the kitchen, and the two mixed together. Superior. So got those candles. And then the last things I got are body care. One thing you need to know about me is that Trader Joe's body butter is my favorite body butter ever. And they have a pumpkin scent, which I'm not really sure I'm gonna love this because I don't love pumpkin scented things besides candles, obviously. When I say pumpkin scented things, I mean for my body, but I smelled the hand cream, which is this right here. This is just their Ultra Repair hand cream, which I have their original one right now, and I love it because it's like super thick and moisturizing, but doesn't leave my hands greasy. Like, it smells like pumpkin vanilla. Oh. If this is what the body butter smells like, I'm gonna go back and buy a million more. So I got the hand cream. I also got the pumpkin body scrub. Trader Joe's body scrub isn't my favorite, but I love having matching scents. Don't know if I love that. Actually, it kind of smells like brown sugar pumpkin, which I could probably get on board with. It smells like a pumpkin pie, and honestly, not mad about it. Let's smell. I also got the matching body butter. So this one is also pumpkin. Oh yeah, that smells good. Their body butter, if you've never used it, is like a thick whipped consistency, and it is the best. I like it because it's really moisturizing but does not leave my skin greasy. Like, I'm a freak about how my skin feels after I shower, and I hate when my skin feels greasy. Oops, got a little on my nose. Yeah, that smells like pumpkin pie, but like subtle pumpkin pie. It doesn't smell like overpowering and like I'm gonna smell like a fucking pumpkin. That is my little Trader Joe's haul. Hope you don't mind that I threw that in here. Also, I'll show you this because it's sitting right in front of me. Chris and I have been wanting to get a water filter for our house because I drink so much water, and there's probably so much bad shit in the water in our area. And sometimes, like, when we fill up a glass of water, you can see like particles floating around, and with as much water as me specifically I drink, I'm like, I should probably be drinking water that's like clean for me. So we did get a, oh, it doesn't say it on here. Let me show you this way. A water pitcher from Clearly Filtered. This thing is fucking expensive, and I hope it's worth it. We're gonna see how it works. It's supposed to be one of the best water filter pitchers on the market, and they have like water bottles and under the sink systems, and it's supposed to be like one of the best because it leaves in the vitamins and nutrients your body actually wants and keeps out all the bad shit. So we will see. The only thing I'm concerned about with it is I drink like 3 or 4 Stanleys a day. So this is only like a 40, is it 80 gallons? Might be an 80-gallon pitcher. So like I'll go through one of those a day by myself, and then on top of like what Chris drinks and whatnot. So we'll see how it works out. To be determined. We'll keep you updated, but I'm gonna go sit down for a second and we will give you a reading update because We have a good one.
Okay, also as promised, I got those pumpkins and those cuties right over there. How cute does that look? Okay, could these birds stop? My little fall porch is coming together. I got the mums from a local fundraiser, and then I just added my fall wreath, and I am obsessed with how cozy and inviting my house looks, even though, no offense, don't visit me, cover my house number. So look at how cute. I love it. Okay, I'm back. We are actually sitting outside on Louis' insistence because he just wanted to be outside even though it's fucking like 85 degrees out. Before we get to the reading update, I want to try this cookie butter bar. I have no idea how it's going to be. It looks kind of good. Let's see. I don't know if you can see like the texture. I think I could get used to this. I'm pretty sure I could eat these. A lot of protein in them. That's good. Finally something I like. The only thing is they do have a lot of carbs. It has 24 grams of carbs, 15 grams of protein, which is really good, and then less than a gram of sugar, which is like the biggest thing for me. And I probably wouldn't be able to eat these every day, but like as a sweet treat once in a while, I could do that. Okay. What you're really here for is a reading update, which I read a decent amount of this last night. I read my 100 pages plus 2. So I read 102 pages of this last night. I'm now on chapter 18. I can see this being a 5-star read for me, which is crazy because that means we had 3 5-stars this month, which I think for the last like 2 months I haven't had a single freaking 5-star. I think my favorite thing about this book is when Kaz, the spider plant, which I found out he's a spider plant, kind of like interacts with Laren, the male love interest, in Keela, the main character, and female love interest, because they're both kind of like awkward and like just say like whatever comes to their mind first without like thinking about it and filtering through. And Kaz will literally be like, you guys are ridiculous. Like, it's just so funny. And I like how everything in here so far has been very low stakes. They have opened their jam shop. They're on like a first couple days of business, and they sell jams as like their front, and then in the back they sell like remedies, which are magical, which in the outer islands, magic is kind of banned and only certain people can use it. They used to have sorcerers that would come to the outer islands every like 6 months to kind of help the society and the community thrive, but the sorcerers have been called back to Asylum, which is like the city. Totally could be butchering how you say that name too. Keela and Kaz, the plant, came from the city because it was like burning down and the revolutionaries were taking control. They're kind of like worried that they're gonna get caught. Somebody's gonna find out that they stole all these books from the library and that they're using magic, but they're selling their magic as remedies, so nobody's like questioning them. I am loving this, and I have never wanted to live in a fictional world as much as I want to live in this one. I've said that about one other book, and I can't remember what the book was, but this is like the one and only place I ever want to live. In her cute little cozy cottage, kind of out in wilderness, by the woods, by the ocean. I'm gonna sit here and keep reading. If I really wanted to read 100 pages today, which obviously I do, so I can move on to the next book, I would need to read to 290, or I could read to 274, which would leave me with 100 pages left in the book. I think that might be a little more realistic. Book is 374 pages, so if I could read this little chunk right here today, and then I can finish the book tomorrow or Saturday, that would be ideal. So maybe that's what we'll shoot for today, is just to get to 274, so I only have 100 pages left, which I think is doable. Last night I stayed up till freaking 11:30 reading. Mind you, Chris had a tattoo appointment last night, so he usually doesn't get home till like midnight, and I wasn't like staying up for him, but I was like, well, he's not home. I probably won't realistically fall asleep until he's home, so why not just keep reading? And that's exactly what I did. Gonna sit out here. Hopefully I don't sweat my ass off, and hopefully Louis will want to go inside soon because he's hot, but he's enjoying an ice cream right now. So I'm gonna sit out here and get some reading done until he decides what he wants to do. Other side. That way. Yep, just take my spot. That's fine. What you got? Can you squeak it? Squeak it! Hi friends, it is Friday. Had to think about that for a second. I just got home from work. Louis got a squeaky ball, so ignore that. Louis, Anyways, I got two very exciting packages today, and I just have to show you. I know we're keeping this about reading, but I'm starting my sourdough bread journey, and look what I just got in the mail. So first things first, I actually got this Eve sourdough starter from the Southern Sourdough Co. I actually bought this on the TikTok shop, so I will leave this linked below. Brooklyn, who I watch on TikTok, posted about this, and I immediately bought it. And then from this company, the Southern Sourdough Co., I heard about this kit that comes with literally everything you need to make sourdough. So it comes with a scale, a rubber like scraper, I don't know, the bowl you need with like the cheesecloth almost, some things for designing it. There's like the razor blades in here, and the thing that you use to like break it up into pieces. It comes with a jar and then the spatula. So I'm gonna get my sourdough, oops, hold on. Before we get into reading and finishing our book, I'm going to get the sourdough starter started because you have to mix that powder packet that I showed you with water and let it sit for an hour. So during that hour, we will then go outside and finish our book. Okay, let's see. Got my instruction card, and we're gonna just hope for the best. All right, I think I need this jar first. Also, did I mention the kits from this company called Made with Loaf? I'll also leave them linked below. First, we are going to put this entire packet into the jar. So it says 3 tablespoons of room temperature water, and it said filtered water, so we're gonna use a water bottle. 1, 2, 3. Let's stir and let sit for 1 hour. Easy enough so far. So we're gonna put this aside, let it sit for an hour, and then after the hour, we come back and add flour. Now we're gonna go outside and read. Okay, hi friends, we have officially made it outside. I read to page 287, chapter 29, so I technically did read 100 pages because this book got so good last night. So I have 86 pages left of this, which I'm definitely gonna finish today. This took quite the turn last night, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there was like this magical storm that kind of swept through the town, and they come in really quickly and they end really quickly, and that kind of started like a series of events that is leading up to where we are now, and it's so good. Like, I love this book so much. So we're gonna finish reading this. I have 44 minutes until my sourdough starter needs to be fed flour. Louie! He just peed on my Adirondack chair. For the time being, we're gonna sit here and read and see how much we can get done in the next 44-ish minutes. So let's go. Over time. So fill this whole jar. And once it gets bigger, then transfer it to a bigger jar. Hi friends, it is a couple hours later. It is about 7 p.m. As you saw, fed my sourdough starter with the flour. And then it has to sit now for 24 hours. So tomorrow at 4:15, I have to add more flour and more water. And I have to do that for the next 5 days until I can get it to a point where I can use it. After I did that, Chris and I went and played pickleball with my mom for like 45 minutes. And then we had to stop at Benson's, get something for Chris's parents' dog. And then we stopped at Chipotle, got dinner. Just ate that. I just took a body shower, and now I'm sitting back outside, ready to finally finish this book. I'm on page 310. Chapter 31, so I have 64 pages left to read, so we're just gonna finish this. And then Chris is in the shower right now. He's gonna come out when he's done, and I'm not leaving this spot until I finish this freaking book. And I'm loving it. This is like the definition of a perfect cozy book, so let's finish it. Okay, hi friends. We are officially a week into this finishing my September TBR vlog, and we've already finished 3 books, 2 of which were 5-star, 1 being 4.5 stars, so we're off to a great start. Now it's time to choose my next book, and I'm scared. The last 3 books I have are From Blood and Ash, which is a fantasy romantasy, I think. Children on the Hill, which is a thriller. Unraveled, which is a dark romance. I think I'm gonna save this till the end of the month, because if I can somehow get these read in the next 2 weeks, I can probably finish that last book in a matter of 24 hours. But
I'm deciding which one I want to read because I don't know if I'm in a thriller mood or a fantasy mood. The last book I read was The Spell Shop, which was a cozy fantasy, so I'm kind of still in a fantasy mood, and honestly my gut is telling me to read From Blood and Ash, but I am so intimidated by this book. One, because of the sheer length. How many pages is this? So it says 480 pages, and the other reason I'm intimidated by this is because this has such mixed reviews on people who love it or absolutely hate it. There's really no in between. So I'm scared how I'm gonna feel about it, but I think we're gonna do this one. And honestly, if I get like 50 to 100 pages in and I'm not loving it, I can just DNF it. Like, it's not the end of the world. And this is also on my 24 and 2024 TBR, so we're accomplishing 2 goals with this book. Blood and Ash is a sexy, addictive, and unexpected fantasy perfect for fans of Sarah J Maas and Laura Thalassa, which I've never read from that Laura author. Sarah J Maas I did love, A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I tried to do Throne of Glass and just couldn't do it, so that makes me a little nervous. What is this about? It says, a maiden. Chosen from birth to usher in a new era, Poppy's life has never been her own. The life of the maiden is solitary, never to be touched, never to be looked upon, never to be spoken to, never to experience pleasure. Waiting for the day of her accession, she would rather be with the guards fighting back the evil that took her family than preparing to be found worthy by the gods, but the choice has never been hers. A duty. The entire kingdom's future rests on Poppy's shoulders, something she's not even quite sure she wants for herself, because a maiden has a heart and a soul and longing. And when Hawk, a golden-eyed guard honor-bound to ensure her accession, enters her life, destiny and duty have become tangled with desire and need. He incites her anger, makes her question everything she believes in, and tempts her with the forbidden. A kingdom, forsaken by the gods and feared by mortals, a fallen kingdom is rising once more, determined to take back what they believe is theirs through violence and vengeance. And as the shadow of those cursed draws closer, the line between what is forbidden and what is right becomes blurred. Poppy is not only on the verge of losing her heart and being found unworthy by the gods, but also her life when every blood-soaked thread that holds her world together begins to unravel. I guess we'll go with this one. I've had a very productive morning. It is literally only 11 a.m. I've been up since 7:30. I put together a new bookshelf that's right there. If you want to see a dedicated video to me putting that together, it's up on my channel. I think it's a couple videos back, so just go looking for it. I edited a reel for Instagram for it and a TikTok for it, posted those, and just edited the entire YouTube video and scheduled it to go up. So like, I'm feeling great, feeling productive, feeling motivated. And this is so random, but this is the bookmark I've been using since I started this vlog. It's by Humdrum. I'm not even gonna try. Humdrum paper, that right there. I'm pretty sure I got this from Barnes & Noble, but I've been using this since I started this vlog and I've had nothing but great reads, so I'm gonna assume that this bookmark is good luck and we're gonna love this book too. So let's go sit outside and get some reading done. Hi friends, it is almost 4, which means in 15 minutes I need to feed Miss Eve, my sourdough starter. And while I wait for that, I'm going to make myself these little like pretzel bites with self-rising flour and Greek yogurt. They're like a healthier alternative to some sort of bread. I have been craving Annie Ann's, and since I'm on an anti-inflammatory diet, I can't eat that, so I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna make salt ones, and I think I'm gonna do cinnamon sugar ones because I like salty and sweet. So we're gonna do that quickly. Let me update you on my reading. Oh, and I got a new water bottle I want to show you. So this is the Brewmate Era 40-ounce tumbler, and this is in the turmeric shade. The only thing I don't get is, like, I thought you could put the straw down, but I guess not. But these are supposed to be leak proof. We'll see. One of my friends from college said that she has this, and she like literally dumped it like this and showed me that it doesn't leak. So I was like, okay, sold. And I like this turmeric shade because it's very fallish. I have read to page 53, but this book starts on page 13, which I hate when books do that. Like, why can't your like official story start on page 1? Like, that just irks me. So I've read about 40 pages of this so far, and I'm liking it. I'm definitely getting more into it as I read, but it's a little tricky to read because you're constantly like back and forth in between Poppy's head versus like the conversation she's having, and it's not really like distinct that you're switching. I mean, it is, because obviously there's dialogue, but it's like 1 second you're in her head, then the next you're in a conversation, then the next you're in her head for like 4 paragraphs, and then you're in a conversation, and it's kind of like all over the place. So not my favorite writing style thus far, but we are going to continue reading this. Like I said, it's coming up on 4 p.m. on Saturday, September 21st. I'm going to my friend's house at 7. We're going to do a little DIY craft, which we usually do each fall. Last year we made the little pumpkin pillow that you always see in my room. This year we're doing doormats. Heading there around like 7:30ish. So I have until then to read, and then I'll be back for an official update tomorrow morning. I'll probably throw in some B-roll, but I'm not going to come back for a talking update unless something like significant happens or I somehow read 100 pages by the time I go to my friend's house. So we'll see, but I'll be back. Okay, update on the water bottle. This thing really does not leak. I literally just put it upside down and it didn't leak at all. So very happy with that purchase, but it is now time to feed my sourdough starter. So for day 2, it says remove the lid and add 2 tablespoons of flour and 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of room temperature filtered water. We are going for a thick pancake batter consistency. You don't want it to be runny but not too thick. Stir to combine, cover loosely. I'm gonna do the 2 tablespoons of flour, and then I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of room temperature water, which I have in a water bottle right here. And then if I need more, we'll add more. So let's go. So it says cover loosely, and this now has to sit for another 24 hours. So tomorrow, which will be Sunday, at 4:15, we will give her another feed. Okay, not gonna lie, these look so freaking good. Hopefully I won't eat all of these because that's a lot, but I'm gonna sit here and eat these, read my book, and then my like all-time favorite movie, I don't even know if you can see, is Dark Knight Rises and Dark Knight Rises is on TV right now, so I am in my glory. So I just got to chapter 4, and I think part of the reason why I'm so confused about this book is because you don't really start by knowing anything. Obviously it's the beginning, but they keep talking about this session, and they keep saying like, oh, I'm giving myself over to the gods, but they don't necessarily explain what this ascension, that's probably more of what the word actually is, ascension, really means. So it's like she keeps talking about it, and I'm like, okay, so like, are you becoming immortal? Like, do you get married off to somebody else? What does this exactly mean? And I feel like that's part of the reason why I can't really get into the stories, because I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. The other thing is she keeps talking about her powers. It almost seems like she can sense like anger and emotions in other people. She really only focuses on like anger and anguish, but like, how is that really a power? Like, what do you do with that besides knowing when somebody's angry or feels a certain type of way? So I think that's why I'm kind of like disconnected with the story. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna give it at least 100 pages, and who knows, maybe in the next 44 pages I will like this more. It's just a little confusing because you're not getting any like backstory of like what all these things mean. Like, I think if she started out saying like, oh yeah, I'm going through my ascension, and like explained what that is like to a T, it would make more sense. Because she also keeps talking about Poppy. When I say she, keeps talking about like how hers is so different. I'm pretty sure she said something like, one like mine hasn't happened in so long. So I'm just like confused what the hell is going on, really. And that's never good to start a book like that, especially one that's 600 pages and like a fantasy. Like, I should know what the hell's going on, but that's it. I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, I'm now on page 78, and I'm kind of understanding things a little bit more. So there's these people that ascended, which I think means like kind of gave themselves over to the gods so they can live forever, because she just ran into like this lord that's in the same city as her, and she's saying like when he ascended, his eyes turned black. That usually happens to those who ascend. She said, I saw a cruel man who had long ago forgotten what it was like to be mortal. So that when they ascend must mean that they like give themselves over to the gods so they can live forever. Our main character Poppy is special because there's these things called, oh shit, what are they called? Craven,
which are kind of like, they give me werewolf vibes. And when you get bit by one, you pretty much like die. I shouldn't say you die. You turn into a, what was the word I said? Craven? So when you get bit by a craven, you turn into one. You either have to be put down by a bloodstone blade or some sort of wood, or you are like rabid and just like want to kill everybody and eat everybody. So when she was younger, her parents must have gotten attacked by one and they died, but she got attacked by one and lived, and that's why she's like the chosen one and the maiden, which I don't really know what a maiden is yet. It's clearly some sort of position that like holds a lot of value. And I realized what her power is that she can kind of like take the burden of people's emotions. Like if they're really sad and angry, she can kind of like take on some of their emotions so that other person feels not as heavy. If that makes sense. That's pretty much all I know so far. I'm not loving this. I'm kind of like, all right, like let's get through it. And I'm hoping I'm not going to DNF. I feel like I've heard that this book, like the first half is just like learning everybody and learning everything and how things work. And then the second half is really good. So we're going to hope for the best. I want to get to at least 100 pages today, which is definitely possible. It's 8 o'clock right now. We ended up rescheduling our little DIY craft night because everybody else canceled and Chris is not going to be home until 9:30 now. I now have the next hour and a half to read uninterrupted. I'm hoping I read at least 100 pages, which should be possible. This little portion right here is what I would need to read to reach 100 pages. So I think we can do it, but I'll be back when I have an update.
Okay, hi friends. It has been a couple of days since I updated this vlog. Louie always chooses to drink water the second I start filming. I don't remember the last time I updated you, and I don't have that great of a reading update on From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm only on chapter 11, whoop, page 138. I think the last time I checked in had to have been Saturday or Sunday. Sunday I didn't read at all because it was football Sunday and we went and saw my grandma, and then I came home and cooked a million and one things, then watched football, then the day got away from me. Yesterday I only read about 30 pages and I don't know if I want to keep reading this or not. There's something in me that wants to keep reading it, but then there's the other part of me that's like, this book is confusing as shit. And not even confusing, it doesn't give you all the information you need to fully understand the story. Like they're talking about the Ascension, like they keep talking about how she's a maiden and she was the chosen one and what this rite is, but like you don't know what the rite is. A rite is some sort of event that they have. I don't know what the fuck it does. And I feel like that's why I'm not really connecting with the story, because I don't know what any of this shit is. If they had said like, oh yeah, the upcoming rite, which is so-and-so, or explain like what it means to be the maiden, that would make my life so much better. And it would make me like this book so much better. I was debating on DNFing it because this is a big book. This book is almost 500 pages. Let's see how many it actually is. 480 pages. Do I want to waste my time reading this? Because if I continue to read this, it will take me the rest of the week to finish this, which means I won't get to the other 2 books on my TBR unless I can somehow manage to read like 100 pages a day. But it's Tuesday, the 24th, I think it is. And I have until next Tuesday, I think. I don't know, where's the calendar? Let's see how many days I actually have to read all these books. So I have technically one today, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can I do that? Let's see how many pages of this I have left. Okay, I was gonna try to keep this as a short update, so we're gonna do this quickly. So I said there was 480. I'm on page 138, meaning I have 342 pages left. So if I could read 100 pages per day and then the 42, we'll figure that out. I can finish this by Thursday, potentially. Start Children on the Hill Thursday, finish it Saturday. That's pushing it. And then read the Helen Hart book on Sunday and Monday. So that's gonna be our goal. We're gonna try to read a little over 100 pages a day of this specifically, so that way I can finish it by Thursday. Thursday we are actually going downstate for the Dallas Cowboys game. My uncle has season tickets for the Giants, and Dallas plays Giants at Giant Stadium, and my uncle always gives us those tickets because he's just the best. Thursday afternoon I have a doctor's appointment. Then we're gonna head downstate, and then I'm gonna work early morning in Manhattan on Friday. And then Friday, my sister and brother-in-law are actually flying into New Jersey for a wedding, which New York and New Jersey are so close, specifically like Manhattan and New Jersey. So I'm gonna wake up early Friday, get some work done in the city, drive over to Newark, pick them up from the airport, and then my parents are gonna meet us down in Jersey, and the 6 of us are gonna have lunch. So like Thursday, Friday are gonna be busy, so reading a lot might not happen, but I am home on Thursday, so between like my full-time job and my doctor's appointment, I should be able to read a decent amount. Maybe I can convince Chris to drive a little bit on Thursday so I can read. But anyways, we're gonna keep reading this. I'm gonna give it a fair shot. If in the next like 50 to 100 pages, I'm still just not into it, we're gonna DNF it and move on because I can't waste that much time on this. But I just got home from work. I'm going to make some apple pie overnight oats because I got a new protein powder. Let me show you. I had a company reach out to me asking if they could send me their protein powder for me to try. And I was like, at first I was iffy because sometimes protein powders can have a lot of processed sugar in them and a lot of crap in them. So I did some research on the company and their protein powder is so clean, so simple, and so healthy. And it fits into my anti-inflammatory diet, so we're good. And that is the Earth Chimp Organic Vegan Protein Shake Mix. That's a tongue twister. And I got the natural vanilla flavor and I've already baked with this. I'll leave the recipe I made below. It was like a protein pumpkin banana bread, not banana. It was so good. You could literally not tell that there was protein powder in it. Sometimes when you bake with protein powder, it can make it a weird texture. And when I tell you guys, this fucking banana bread, I keep saying banana bread, the freaking pumpkin bread was so good and the texture was phenomenal. And Chris actually really liked it, which he's not like a big pumpkin person, so I was shocked. We're gonna make some apple pie overnight oats that I can eat tomorrow afternoon when I can eat because I've been doing intermittent fasting. Oh my God, this update is getting so long, sorry. Anyways, we're gonna use the Earth Chimp vanilla protein powder. I just wanna say a quick thank you to them for sending this to me. You can use the link in my description box to shop their protein powders. I'm telling you, they're amazing and I will probably never have to use another protein powder again. We're gonna make some overnight oats with this. I have some apples I need to use up. Then we're gonna get dinner going. We're having lemon, I'm gonna do like a lemon Parmesan chicken with sweet potatoes and broccoli. And after that, we're gonna get some reading done before Dancing with the Stars because Dancing with the Stars is on tonight at 8. It's a busy day. Busy in like a good way where there's stuff like that I need to do for myself and that I like look forward to, but like, busy where it's taking away from my time that I can sit on the couch and read. Hi friends, checking in for a quick reading update. It is Wednesday, September 25th at about 5 p.m. As you saw in the clip before this, I decided to get the audiobook for From Blood and Ash because I just couldn't read it physically anymore. Like, I really couldn't. It's not that it's, well, one, it's very slow. I wouldn't say it's boring, but it's very slow and like everything happens in the last like half a page of the chapter. It's like if I keep reading this physically, it's literally gonna take me 2 weeks and that can't happen. So yesterday I started on page 162, chapter 13. Listening to the audiobook, I got to chapter 21. So now I'm on page 240. I read this little chunk right here. And I'm definitely interested in the story and gonna finish it now that I have it on audio. Am I halfway? Yeah, I'm halfway. Sick. Okay, anyways, I'm definitely gonna finish the book and keep reading because I do have it on audio. For the rest of the night, I'm probably gonna read it physically and then pick back up on the audiobook tomorrow. I think I told this vlog, but Chris and I are going to the Dallas Cowboys game tomorrow at Giant Stadium, which is in New Jersey. So we're driving down tomorrow night, staying overnight, and then I'm working in Manhattan early Friday morning. So I'm gonna have some time tomorrow. I'm hoping Chris will drive down tomorrow so I can read. And I'm hoping that by Friday I can finish this. Doesn't really give me that much time to read both books that are left on my TBR. So if I can finish this by Friday, that gives me Saturday, Sunday, Monday to finish The Children on the Hill and the Helen Hart book. We're probably gonna end the month with one book not read. That is the current situation. I'm going to just chillax for a little bit. I'm used to getting home between like pretty much around 3 and having a lot of extra time like after work to get everything done that I need to. The last 2 days I haven't gotten home till like 4:30, 5:30, which it's like totally thrown me off my game, and there's been so much traffic. Being stuck in traffic for so long just makes me so miserable. So I'm gonna sit and chillax for a little bit before I start making dinner. I'm just making taco salads, which is so easy. Tomorrow, I am working from home because I have an appointment in the afternoon, and then Chris and I are hopefully going to leave to go down to Jersey between 3:30 and 4. The goal is to finish this book by Friday, so hopefully the next time I come back for a reading update, I've either read another 100 pages and I'm like absolutely swooning over this book, or I finished it. I'm predicting a 3-star, so we'll see. Friends, it is now Thursday, October 26th, and I'm checking in for a quick reading update. So I actually ended up listening to the audiobook for quite a while last night of From Blood and Ash because I like it on audio so much better. I still think it's gonna be like a 3-star read because it's just like one major thing happens at the very end of the chapter and then it's kind of like a little boring. Like, this book does not need to be almost 500 pages, just saying. All right, let's see if I have my bookmark in the accurate spot. I'm officially on chapter 26, page 298. So I read a decent amount yesterday. I was on what, like 1 something when I started. I was on chapter 22 when I started, so let's see. I feel like I'm making slow but steady progress with this book, and that's actually accurate because it is a long book. All right, I feel like I listened to the audiobook forever yesterday, but this is all I listened to. I am listening to it on 1.5 speed instead of 1.85 because I don't want to get confused, especially since there's like there's like a lot going on, but not a lot going on at the same time. So I wanted to listen at a slower speed, but that's where I'm at with this book. We are driving to New Jersey later today, and I think Chris is going to drive, so I don't know if I'm going to read the audiobook of this today, because I did start another book on my September TBR last night. So I think this is going to be my audiobook, which I'll probably read more between Friday when I drive home, and then over the weekend, and then Monday. But I did decide to start Unraveled by Helen Hart last night because I am going to strictly stick to the audiobook From Blood and Ash. And I was like, all right, well, that means I can read a physical book. And this book I can probably read fairly quickly, especially since Chris is driving down tonight. I have like a 2.5, maybe 3-hour drive. So I was like, sick. Maybe I can get him to drive and I can just read. And when I say I started that, that's an absolute bullshit lie. I literally read the first 2 pages. And then my reading light died on me and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just go to bed. So I didn't really read much. If you have never heard me talk about the Steele Brothers series before, you probably haven't been around for too long. But the Steele Brothers is a very dark romance story about a whole big family that owns the biggest ranch in Wyoming, somewhere in the Midwest. Some bad shit happened to one of the brothers when they were a kid. Each kid has a set of 3 books. So the first 3 books followed Talon. The next 3 books followed Jonah. The current 3 books that I'm on right now are Ryan, and then the next 3 books are Majori, but it's a 28-book series, and they have like sets of 3 books per character. So I'm on the last book of Ryan and Ruby's story, and I'm not going to tell you anything that this is about, but just know that this is a really dark romance, like very dark. It's like a romance and a mystery at the same time, and both aspects of the plot are very fucked up and very deep and very dark. So just look at trigger warnings before you read. This is going to be my main focus for today and tomorrow. I think I can read a decent amount because when I do read this, I read through it really quickly. I've finished these books in less than 24 hours before, so hoping I can do that with this one and maybe finish this tomorrow. I'm going to actually film my October TBR jar picks right now and then get some work done for my full-time job, and then we'll get to reading and all that good stuff. So I'll come back. I don't know if I'll be back later today or honestly if I'll be back on Saturday with an update, but you'll see me when you see me. It is now Saturday, September 28th. Chris and I went to the Dallas game on Thursday. I worked in the city on Saturday morning. It was absolutely chaotic and mobbed, and the traffic was out of control. I wasn't able to do what I went down there for and ended up doing something different, but like could barely get anything done because the traffic was so out of control. Then we went and picked up my sister and brother-in-law at the airport and had lunch with them. It was fantastic. And we drove home last night. Came home last night to like Cooper, Chris's parents' dog, having another medical issue, so I had to go to Benson's, treat him. It was quite the 2 days. So I am sitting here about to get some reading done. I did read 168 pages of Unraveled by Helen Hart. This is probably one of the best books in the series so far. I was telling Chris last night that the first book in the series is my favorite, and then I think this might be number 2 because we're finding out a lot in this about the story of like what happened to Talon, who did it, why they did it. So I feel like this one's really good, and I definitely will finish this today. I have 144 pages left of From Blood and Ash, which I'll probably listen to sporadically throughout the weekend and get most of that read on Monday, which will be the last day of this vlog. So hopefully I can finish this today and then read Children on the Hill between Sunday and Monday, and then finish off From Blood and Ash by the end of the month. And
whatever. But if I don't, not the end of the world. Again, this is just a fun little challenge for me. But I clearly am sitting outside. I'm gonna get some reading done. Oh, I have to feed my sourdough starter. Chris and I are officially making sourdough bread today because it's finally time. So I gotta go inside in a little bit and do that. I'll do that in like 15 minutes. We'll do that at 10-ish. Because I don't feel like going back inside and doing that right now, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get some reading done, and I'll be back when I have a significant reading update. Okay, hi friends. Checking in for a reading update. It is now Monday, September 30th, the last day of the month, and the only, I DNF'd a book, hold on. So, I really only have to finish this today to complete this challenge of reading my entire TBR before the month ends. I got 50 pages into this, and I just don't think this is for me. Like, the whole concept of the book is a little weird to me. It's literally about like monsters and this one girl being a monster hunter, like boogeyman monster, not like human monster that kills people for fun. Well, also kind of that too. It also goes back and forth between timelines. Not that that's confusing me, it's just like too much and I just like don't want to read this. Honestly, I was like debating, do I DNF this? And then I remembered somebody saying, if you're debating DNFing a book, that's when you should do it. We're gonna DNF this because I just don't care. So that's done. In terms of From Blood and Ash, I have 110 pages left of this. I have this little portion right here, and as I've been saying, I've been doing it on audiobook, so I have to get some stuff done around the house right now. So I think I'm going to put my headphones on, do the stuff I gotta do, and see how far I can get. I definitely think I'm gonna finish this today. I'm gonna force myself to finish it. Like, I will go for a 6-hour walk if I need to finish this. According to this, I have 2 hours and 39 minutes left of this book. I did bump up the speed to 1.75 because I was like, all right, I kind of know what's going on now. Like, I can listen a little faster. So we're gonna go get some stuff done around the house. I just did a couple hours worth of work for my full-time job. So now I have some time right now to just like chill and do stuff around the house, which again, that's what I'm gonna do. I've said that like 3 times. And we're just gonna see how far we get, and we're definitely gonna finish this bad boy today. I have to mow the lawn today too. That'll give me like 45 minutes of listening, and if I'm still like desperate on time, I'll take Louis for a walk or something. I don't know. Obviously that's not a bad thing. I should do that anyways, but we're gonna finish this bad boy today, and this vlog and this challenge will have been 100% successful, which is all I wanted. So I'll come back when I have an update. Okay, hello friends. Here to close out this vlog because I did just finish From Blood and Ash, and we'll talk about my thoughts when I get to this, but we're gonna wrap up this video. I am so happy. I cannot believe that I completed this video with like some time to spare on the last day of the month. It's only 4 o'clock right now, and I thought I was gonna be like down to the wire trying to get this done by midnight, but thankfully, kind of, I guess, I don't know, I DNF'd one of the books, so I was able to complete all 6 books that were left on my TBR. So without further ado, let's just talk about all the books I read in this video, tell you brief thoughts and my ratings. So the first book I started in this vlog was Mooncakes, which is a graphic novel. I
absolutely loved this. This was such a cute, cozy little graphic novel. This was very witchy, very spooky, very adorable, and I gave this 5 stars. Right? Then I should probably check my ratings before I tell you. Yes, I gave this 5 stars. We started out the video strong, and we kept it strong until like the last 2, so let's keep going. Next, I read House of Shadows by Darcy Coates. Also really enjoyed this one. I think I gave this 4.5 or 4 stars. I don't know which one. On Goodreads it says 4, but I feel like I gave it a 4.5 star. This followed our main character, Sophie, who kind of got into like an arranged marriage, and then when she went to live with the husband and his family, some freaky stuff started happening. There was like a deal with the devil, some spooky stuff, bleeding walls, voices, doors slamming. This was so good. I told you guys at the beginning that Darcy Coates is like a wishy-washy author for me. I either really love her books or kind of I'm like, I don't want to read that ever again. But this one was definitely a hit for me, and it is a series. I just don't know if I care enough to continue in the series, but we shall see later in life. Next is probably my favorite book from this video, and definitely one of my favorite books of the entire year. That is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This was such a magical experience, and if you haven't read this book yet, I highly recommend you do, especially now that we're heading into October. This will give you all the cozy fall vibes you could ever want in life. Oh, I just love this book. I gave it an immediate 5 stars. Love the sprayed edges. I love this. This was about a girl who is fleeing the capital after a revolution is happening. She goes to the island where she was born. She starts a jam shop, which behind the scenes sells remedies because magic is forbidden, and that's all you need to know. Just read this, I'm telling you. It's so great. I gave it an immediate 5 stars. Next, I read Unraveled by Helen Hart. This is the 9th book in the Steele Brothers series. As you heard me say, this is definitely my 2nd favorite book in this series so far. I love this series. I'm not gonna say much more about it because you guys already know my thoughts and feelings on this series, but also like check trigger warnings before you read because it's really fucked up, deep, dark, and very smutty. Next, I attempted to read The Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon. I ended up DNFing this, as I told you earlier, because the story just like wasn't vibing with me, and I just like didn't care, and I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time reading a book that isn't gonna bring me pure joy and entertainment. So we did DNF this one. I also think this was on my 24 and 2024 TBR, so we accomplished 2 goals with this one. And then lastly, as you know, I read From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This will probably be the first and only book I ever read from this author because I did not like this book whatsoever. It was so freaking slow. Not that much happened, but also a decent amount happened. The relationship between these two is just so, ugh, I don't know. At first I really liked her and Hawk. The main character's name is Poppy. At first I really liked them, and then I hated them, and then like something happened, and I don't know. I hated everything about this book. I'm gonna officially give it 2 stars, I think. I don't think it deserves 1 star because there was some good points in this. Like when it was intense, but it took freaking forever to get to that intense point, which is why I'm giving it 2 stars. I don't know how this has a 4.23 rating on Goodreads. I'm so sorry if this is like your favorite book ever, but I just don't get it. I really don't. I will definitely not continue on with this series. These are all the books I've read in this vlog. I'm very happy I was able to actually complete my September TBR before the end of the month, because going into this month, I literally only had read 1 full book. The other 3 books in my stack I DNF'd because I could not do it. I am somebody who is not afraid to DNF a book. If I'm not enjoying it, I will DNF it. And if that means I DNF 6 books in a month, I don't care because I can't waste my time reading shitty books. We started out really strong up until this point, and then these 2 were kind of a flop, but that's usually how these videos go. And honestly, I'm okay with it. I really am. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, definitely let me know in the comments below. Let me know your favorite book that you read in the month of September. Mine was definitely The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, and she just announced her 2nd book that she's writing. It's like The Enchanted something or other. I don't remember off the top of my head. I literally cannot wait to get my hands on it. But yeah, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel and you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.